Welcome back. Egypt, the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities have participated and takes part in the Arab Forum for Tourism and Travel 2023, which takes place in the United Arab Emirates. And to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Dr. Yehia Abdel, Qader, Tourism Ministry Councillor. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Mal. How are you?
Well, how are you? Well, Dr. Abdel Qader, what is the importance of Egypt's participation in this important forum?
Well, actually, the Arab travel market is one of the leading travel exhibitions and trade fair, like on a global basis. It opened last Monday, and it's celebrating its 30th session, like started in the early 90s. And this year, there is over 150 countries participating, represented by 2,000 exhibitors, like of leading airlines, hotel corporations, tour operators, as well as government tourist offices worldwide. So it's a great event, and there's going to be expected over 50,000 professionals, like attending this great network, like event.
Yes, Dr. Abdel Qader, the exhibition or the forum starts from the 1st of May until the 4th, and it has the Egyptian pavilion have witnessed a high turnout. So give us an idea about this, please.
Well, really, this is one of the most dynamic, like travel shows worldwide, and Egypt has a prestigious pavilion. And it is headed the Egyptian delegation by Mr. Khalid Fouda, Governor of Southern Sinai and representative of Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, tour operators, Egyptian, like airlines, resort, convention centers, and leading authorities in the field of promotion and development for meeting incentives as well. So really, it's an excellent opportunity and forum, like for networking. And they've been holding meetings, like since day one, with Saudi tourist authorities, with Qatari, with, like Asian, with European. So really, it's turning good business for Egyptian tourism and facility.
Yes, so also, Dr. Abdel Qader, Egypt as a tourist destination is one of the interest to is an interesting place, of course, and attracting a place of civilization to many European and Latin countries. So how can such a conference enhance the attraction of tourists to Egypt?
Well, really, because, the whole world, like is anticipating the grand opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum, located, like in the in the Gizeh Necropolis. So we look forward, inshallah, as the whole world is anticipating that there's going to be the grand opening next November of this year, inshallah. So this is one of the great attractions that the whole world, like tourism, heritage, archaeology, tour operations and promotion, the whole world is lining up, like for the grand opening to come and visit Egypt. So this is one of the major attractions Egypt is developing and promoting and presenting in this great event of travel, tourism, and networking exchange.
Yes, Dr. Abdel Qader, can you elaborate for us on the cooperation between major airlines and the Egyptian Tourism Promotion Authority?
Well, actually, we're starting to have, like direct flights, like both scheduled and charter to Egyptian resort in Hurghada, Marsa Alam, Sharm Sheikh, from, like main, like GCC countries, as well as, like we have direct flights from Spain to Abu Simbel Temple, to the Sphinx, like in the vicinity of the Saqqara and the Pyramids Necropolis in Giza. So these direct flights, like is promoting travel to Egypt, because 95% of travel to Egypt, we are expecting around 15 million this year. They come via air. So upgrading the, like capacity of our airport network is essential. We need more like airports as well, like Taba and Siwa and Oasis, because there is demand on these exotic destinations. That's why airlines on international scales and regional as well is very highly in demand.
Yes, Dr. Abdel Qader, still in the same point, how would this forum be a good opportunity for the cooperation between Egypt and other countries participating in the forum in the field of travel and airlines?
Well, actually, I attended myself, like the ATM twice, and it's a great network opportunity for innovation, for the latest, like in the hotel and hospitality services and airlines as well, because there's at least, like 30 international airlines are represented over there, like both international and regional as well, and they are the major suppliers of traffic, like of travel traffic to Egypt. So there's a great demand for the tour operators from Egypt, hotelier, like even the Egyptian establishment for hotel and restaurant authority to contact them and offer them the services and the packages. And there's going to be, of course, planning for fan trips and road shows. So all this is going to generate business to Egypt in a very short period, inshallah.
Yes, many, of course, many countries are participating. Could you name some of the countries that are participating in this forum, please?
Well, like there is great presence of India, of China, of the whole, like European Union, like about 27 countries. And imagine there is like about 70% or 75% of the world population, like represented, like over there, there's 150 countries out of 200 countries worldwide. So nearly the whole world is there, and there's some emerging destinations from time to time. When I was visiting, there was like Central Asia, Uzbekistan, like Bukhara, Azerbaijan, Kurdistan, for example, is having like its own pavilion. So many countries, like in the world that like to enjoy the fruits, like and benefits of world tourism. They attend annually, and they invite, like the media, the tour operators, the fan trips to the destinations. So this is an excellent opportunity for Egyptian travel writers, for the media, for the tour operators, for hotelier, restaurateur to be there and to develop investment projects and travel ties with the rest of the world.
Yes, Dr. Abdel Qader, recently a famous troupe and band, a very famous one, the Backstreet Boys, performed here in Egypt, and we saw them in the early morning taking photos in beside or in front of the pyramids of the Great Pyramids of Giza. That was very magnificent photos. Tell us about the importance of when celebrities and famous people and very famous singers take photos in the pyramids, please, in the importance of this in boosting tourism in Egypt, as we before saw presidents, singers, famous actors, and very well-known people around the world and football soccer teams taking photos at the pyramids.
Oh, really, we're fortunate because, like Egypt in the heart and minds of the whole world population. So, like even if we don't invite them, like, for example, last week Tom Hanks was in Zamalek, having dinner with his friends. And that was an unannounced, like trip, like an event.
Yes.
And then last week we have the Backstreet Boys performing at the administrative capital. It was a great popular event, like for fans, like of the rock and roll, like music of the Backstreet Boys, which goes back like 20 years ago, its inception. So from time to time, like celebrities like to visit Egypt because this is a dream for them since childhood, and they bring their families. And we've seen, like kings and queens and princes and ambassadors, for example, of Sweden, who was in Luxor last week, and Korean ambassadors. We have just 2 days ago the Prime Minister of Japan staying 3 days in Egypt. And I had a friend calling from Tokyo and says, this is the longest vacation could be taken by, like mission by, like Prime Minister of Japan outside Egypt. Prior to that, we had the Prime Minister of Austria. So really, Egypt is magnetic and attractive, and we are fortunate to be Egyptian and enjoy all the charm and magic of Egypt. That's why the whole world yearns and looks forward to visit it more than once.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Also, thank you for your valuable information. Dr. Yehia Abdel Qader, Tourism Ministry Counselor, thank you very much for joining us over the phone.